Hello guys, today we are going to talk about Delimitation Commission in Jammu and Kashmir. Recently, a commission set up by the central government submitted its final report for the delimitation of assembly and parliamentary constituencies in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the question arises, why was this commission set up? Delimitation became necessary when the state of Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 increased the number of seats in assembly. The erstwhile J&K state had 111 seats, 46 in Kashmir, 37 in Jammu and 4 seats in Ladakh, plus 24 seats reserved for Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Mind it, 24 seats for Pakistan occupied Kashmir. In the erstwhile state, delimitation of parliamentary constituencies was governed by Constitution of India, and that of assembly seats was carried out by the then state government under the J&K Representation of People Act 1957. After abrogation of J&K's special status in 2019, the delimitation of both assembly and parliamentary seats is governed by the Constitution of India. Now the Constitution of India applies there. The Delimitation Commission was set up on 6th of March 2020. It was headed by retired Supreme Court Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai. It has the Chief Election Commissioner and J&K's Chief Election Commissioner or Chief Election Officer, you can say, as members, and J&K's 5 MPs as associate members. Now, what changes have been made? Number 1, let's talk about Legislative Assembly. The Commission has increased 7 assembly seats, 6 in Jammu and Kashmir. Now these seats have been raised up to 43 in Jammu and 1 in Kashmir. Now Kashmir, the seats in Kashmir have been raised to 47. It has also made massive changes in the structure of existing assembly seats. If we talk about Lok Sabha seats, there are 5 parliamentary constituencies in the region. The Delimitation Commission has seen the Jammu and Kashmir region as one single union territory. The Commission has redrawn the boundaries of Anantnag and Jammu seats. Jammu's Pir Panjal region, comprising Poonch and Rajouri districts and formerly part of Jammu parliamentary seat, has now been added to Anantnag seat in Kashmir. Also, a Shia-dominated region of Srinagar parliamentary constituency has been transferred to Baramulla constituency. Now, if we talk about Kashmiri Pandits, that issue has also been in news recently. The Commission has recommended provision of at least 2 members from the community of Kashmiri migrants, Kashmiri Hindus in the Legislative Assembly. It has also recommended that Centre should consider giving representation in the J&K Legislative Assembly to the displaced persons from Pakistan occupied Kashmir who migrated to Jammu after partition. Now, if we talk about scheduled tribes, total 9 seats reserved for scheduled tribes for the first time. Now, why this exercise has been controversial? Why was it in news? Constituency boundaries are being redrawn only in J&K when delimitation in the for the rest of the country has been frozen until 2026. The last delimitation exercise in J&K was carried out in 1995. In 2002, the then J&K government amended the J&K Representation of People Act to freeze the delimitation exercise until 2026, as in the rest of the country. This was challenged in the Jammu and Kashmir High Court and also in Supreme Court, both of which upheld the freeze. Also, while delimitation as a rule is carried out on the basis of census population, the Commission said it would take certain other factors into consideration for J&K, including size, remoteness, and closeness to the border. Now, what do the changes in assembly seats mean? That is very important to understand. While the basis of delimitation is the 2011 census, the changes mean that 44% of population of Jammu will vote in 48% of seats, while 56% living in Kashmir will vote in the remaining 52% of the areas. Now, what is delimitation? Delimitation is the act of fixing or redrawing the limits or boundaries of territorial constituencies, assembly or Lok Sabha seat in a country or a province having a legislative body as per election commission. The delimitation exercise is carried out by an independent high-powered panel known as Delimitation Commission, whose orders have the force of law and cannot be questioned by any court. The exercise has been carried out over the years to redefine the areas of constituency based on its population size based on the last census. Besides from changing the limits of a constituency, the process may result in a change in the number of seats in a state. So this exercise also involves reservation of assembly seats for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe in accordance with the Constitution of India. The key aim is to have equal representation to equal segments of the population in order to ensure a fair division of geographical areas so that all political parties or candidates contesting elections have a level playing field in terms of a number of voters. So what is the constitutional basis for delimitation? Under Article 82, the Parliament enacts a delimitation act after every census, almost every census you can say. Under Article 170, states also get divided into territorial constituencies as per delimitation act after almost every census. Once the act is in force, the union government sets up a delimitation commission. Now, the delimitation commission is an independent body constituted under Article 82 after the Parliament enacted a delimitation act after every census. However, the first delimitation exercise was carried out by the President with the help of Election Commission in 1950-51. The Election Commission is also involved into this exercise. The Delimitation Commission Act was enacted in 1952. The Delimitation Commission had been set up in the country for 4 times: 1952, 63, 73 and 2002. There was no delimitation after 1981 and 1991 censuses. So, who is included in the Delimitation Commission's exercise? The Delimitation Commission is appointed by the President of India and works in collaboration with the Election Commission of India. Now, as far as the composition of this Delimitation Commission is concerned, retired Supreme Court Judge, Chief Election Commissioner and respective state election commissioners are also involved in this exercise. So that is it for today's topic, and let's meet up with another important and significant topic. Thank you.